Hello everyone, this is International Master John Daniel Bryant bringing you a tournament game I played about 6 or 7 years ago. I'd been struggling to come up with an idea for a new video lately, but then I just realized that I like to show this game to people a lot in real life, so why not make a video about it? So here I was playing Vadim Kudryavtsev at National Master, and I was white. Here's the game. Played the Karakhan, and this time I opted for the Panov variation, just trying to get quick development once he takes here. I'll try to use my extra development and turn it into an initiative. And e6, knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6. So here I made a peculiar choice, a3. And the idea is that we're going to stop him from playing bishop b4 or knight b4, knight bd5 later after he takes this pawn, because that's where the knight usually likes to go in this opening. But also he played. We had a similar position to this with reversed colors, where he played an a3 type of move, and so I knew that he thought that c5 combined with b4 is a dangerous idea, getting those pawns mobile. So I had a feeling that he would take my pawn, which is what I was going for. And now my bishop gets to c4 in one move, so that's very good. Played bishop f4, looks like the best square. If I had played bishop g5, I don't like it as much because he plays knight d5 there, and he's just going to make me trade a bunch of pieces. I want to keep pieces on the board. Until he plays a6, which I think is a waste move. For some reason he likes those types of moves. He didn't think bishop d7 was doing much, so now he's playing for b5, but it doesn't matter. I decide to open the position immediately with d5, and already things are going to get very dangerous for him. Take, 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 bishop takes, and he played bishop f6, but the computer recommends bishop e6, and that's the only way that he can have a chance of survival, is to accept this really weak e-pawn, but this is really a computer-generated move. Most humans wouldn't be comfortable with this. Oh, first you trade queens. So, but anyway, he didn't do that. He played bishop f6, and I played queen b3. And he took this pawn. By the way, if he played knight a5 here, now I exploit the fact that I played a3, so now I can tuck my queen on a2. So that's nice. And his knight's kind of offsides. I'm going to bring my rooks here and here. Big trouble for him, because his queen has a lack of squares. So he took my pawn, and I can't take it back because he takes my bishop. So I opted for rook b1, and my idea was to eventually get my rooks to d1 and e1, but if I played rook d1 right away, then I thought he would play queen f6, and then queen c3 I thought was pretty annoying, and I just don't see how I'm going to recover, how I'm getting compensation for my pawn. So I thought I should force his bishop away first with rook b1. And so he went back, and then now I went to d1, and this forces his queen away to some square like a5. If he was to play something like bishop here, then I think I just take, and he takes here, queen b7, and he has no way to stop me from winning this bishop here because of the pin. If bishop c8, I take this rook. So rook d1, queen a5. Now I played bishop d6, And the idea is just to make him move this rook, and then I'm going to take this pawn. And as you can see, my pieces are very actively placed, and I have a big lead in development, so let's see how I can turn that into some material gains or a checkmate. And now I played
check.
bishop takes f7 check, which, why does this work? Well, if he takes my bishop here, then I play knight e5. Not knight g5. If knight g5, he plays bishop e6, and white is certainly still better after knight takes e6, but we want to play queen takes e6 really, and if queen takes e6 here, then this knight hangs, unfortunately. So that's why knight e5 is better, because after bishop e6, queen takes e6 guards the knight and attacks the rook. And by the way, after knight e5, if he just takes my knight, rook d8 is checkmate.
Checkmate.
Because his rook is pinned to his king. So, but this guy is a national master, he's not going to fall for that. So after bishop takes f7, he plays king h8, and I played rook fe1, just bringing my last rook and last piece into the game, attacking his knight. And now, there's a move here that's just so visually pleasing and so strong that it dominates the whole board. And I thought during the game that it would be a crime against chess not to play a beautiful move such as this. So I didn't calculate it at all, but you can pause your video and see if you can find the move. Alright, so the move I played was rook d5, which causes all kinds of problems. I'm attacking his queen, and I have plans of getting my rook to h5. And it's just funny how I have this constellation of pieces here, and it looks like I'm hanging my bishop. But not the case, really. So he went back to c7, and I continue with knight g5. And still, if he was to take my bishop, then he has back rank problems. So I'm really gearing up for an attack on h7. So, like, if it was my move, then I play queen d3, and it's hard for him to defend this. So all my pieces are like as active as possible here. He played h6, and so here you can take a moment to pause your video again, and I'll ask you to predict the next two moves of the game. That's what I like to ask. And you get a big prize if you get it. So, pause the video. Alright, so I ended up playing the move queen c4. And the idea is to play queen e4 next move, and it'll be really hard for him to defend mate on h7 here. So, oh, but wait a second, you're just hanging your knight. Ah, but if he plays h takes g5, I have this move, which is the key to the whole variation. Queen h4 check. And g takes h4, rook h5 is mate.
Checkmate.
A unique combination, which I tried to see if there was any similar positions to this, and I only managed to find one game that happened to be played by Magnus Carlsen. But pretty rare opportunity. So, in fact, after I played queen c4, the correct answer to what I asked is that black resigned here. So queen c4, black resigns is the answer to the riddle. So I thought I was very happy with this game. Let's look at one more thing, which is after I played rook d5, he had an additional option, b5. And see if you can find the right move, and pause your video. Alright, the correct move here, and the only move that wins very quickly, is queen b1. Here. And the idea is that after bishop g4, well, first of all, I'm threatening queen takes h7, rook h5 is checkmate. So he has to play bishop g4 in order to guard h5, and he's attacking f3. But I just play the move knight g5 here, and he can't defend h7. After g6, which is the only way to defend it, queen a1 check is a very nice way to finish the game, and he can only just block, but then it's checkmate. There's no escape. But why queen b1 and not like queen d3? Well, the difference is after here, knight g5, the rook is hanging. I'm actually losing after that, but from b1, it defended e1. So that about does it for this game. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you all later. Peace.